Hello, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? Are you enjoying the stories? And if you're new, if you're visiting for the first time, please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please tell your mom to subscribe for you. Okay, today we're going to read Emeka's Gift. Emeka's Gift is an African counting story. Okay, let's go. Oh, sorry, it's written by Ifeoma Onyefulu. 1. One boy who was not too small but not too big either set off to visit his grandmother in the next village. His name was Emeka. Two of Emeka's friends, Bola and Ada, were kneeling on the path playing Okoso, his favorite game. Emeka smiled as he passed them but didn't stop because he was thinking, what can I take Granny as a present? Now, Okoso is a game that you play by spinning tops, okay? The girls here are using a pen top, and the winner is who's Okoso spins longest. Okay. 3. Three women on their way to market turned to say hello to Emeka. There must be a lot of things in the market that Granny would like, he thought, walking that way too. You can see the 3 women with stuff on their head, and I think one has got cassava. That thing in the pan on our head is called cassava. Markets are important meeting places for people from villages all around. The local chief is always there to act as chief official. As well as buying food, clothes, and household things, you can get your hair done and your bicycle repaired at the local market. 4 new brooms were propped up against the wall. Wouldn't it be nice if Grandma had one of those? Said Emeka, for sweeping away the leaves that fall down from the orange and mango trees. Have you seen brooms like this before? 5 children dressed up in big grown-up hats smiled and waved at Emeka. What lovely hats, he said. Granny might like one of those to keep out the sun when she goes to the farm or to the market. He really loves his granny, hey? 6 beautiful beaded necklaces were set out on display. My sister Oge wears beads like those, said Emeka. Granny might say, child, I am far too old for necklaces, but I think she will look just as lovely as Oge. Have you made necklace beads before? Yeah. 7 musical instruments called Ishaka caught Emeka's eyes. Nearby, 2 girls were trying to play them like grown-up musicians. Emeka laughed. With those Ishaka, Granny's dance group will be a big hit when they perform for the next village. Can you see the girls? In my language, we call this shekere. But obviously, you shake it, you take it and you shake it, and the beats, you see the beats at the bottom, they make a sound. So when you beat it with your hands, there's a sound that comes out and you can dance along with it. 8 water pots. Some tall, some small, stood on sale by the roadside. Emeka looked them up and down. With pots like those, Granny could store water for days and days and give the garden plenty to drink. Then her tomatoes will grow bigger than ever. Water in many African countries, the year is divided into rainy and dry seasons, like my country. People store water in earthenware pots, in plastic containers, and in huge water tanks to use during the dry season, which lasts for several months. 9. Now we're on number 9. 9 mortars and some pestles were lined up in rows at the end of the market. Some of this will be good for Granny's kitchen, thought Emeka. Then when I visit her with my cousins, we will help her to pound up yams for supper. But with no money, I can't give her anything. He walked slowly up his grandmother's house. Oh, shame. He really wanted to buy his granny a present, but he's got no money. 10 of Emeka's cousins were there, waiting to play with him. Emeka ran to tell his grandmother about all the things he wanted to bring her, but she gave him a big hug and said, child, you're the best present of all. That's so nice, huh? Let me just read this. Families. In many parts of Africa, a typical family household includes 3 generations, and the doors are always open to aunts, uncles and cousins, so there is someone to look after the children when the parents are out. Is it like that in your house? So that's Emeka's Gift, an African counting story. And then I'm going to read another one. This is the Eagle and the Big Brown Bear. It's by Robert Owen and illustrated by Stephen Beebe. This is another grandpa story book. Have you read any grandpa story book? Let's go. The enormous big brown bear was standing in the river. The water was so very cold it would surely make me shiver. But enormous big brown bears are used to water that is chilly. If you told him it will catch a cold, he will think you were silly. On a log quite nearby, an eagle sat and preened. First he cleaned his feathers, then his teeth he cleaned. What a silly story. In his mouth there's not a tooth. He's got a beak that's very strong, my friend, and that's the truth. He looked down at Bertie and said, "My man, I wish you'd tell me what you were doing. Are you trying to catch a fish?" "Of course I'm trying to catch a fish. That question is absurd. But what else might I expect from such a stupid bird?" Okay, we don't use words like this, okay? We don't say our friends are stupid or they're silly, okay? Up there on the hillside, we live amongst the trees, but we come down to the river so we can feed our families. "So you think you're good at fishing?" said the eagle with a grin. "I bet I'll catch more than you. Let the challenge now begin." I didn't know that was a challenge. Did you know that was a challenge? I'm not an ordinary bird, you see. Fish Eagle is my name. And when it comes to catching them, I've really gained great fame. So off he goes. Let's have a competition and see who can catch the most. And when the sport is over, the winner we will toast. Bertie said, "Oh no, my friend, you've got the whole thing wrong. We only catch fish for our lunch. The rest stay where they belong. To catch more than we need, my friend, is truly such bad taste. Cause what you cannot eat right now will simply go to waste. And what is more, you silly bird, this is really not a match. What are you going to do, my friend, when there are no more fish to catch?" "Goodness me," said Eagle. "I've never thought like that. Thank you, Bear, for telling me. I'm glad we've had this chat." "Yo, listen up," said Bertie Bear. "I'm so glad we've stuck this deal, because there are very many folk who haven't got a meal. So you eat just what you can. Don't be greedy." "I'm really sorry, Bertie Bear. I spoke in such great haste. Never ever in my life will I let food go to waste. Well, I'm glad I'm glad that all worked out fine in the end." And that is the end. Ooh, and you can see the bear is at his field. See, just sitting there, relaxing, and that's the end. So, that was Emeka's Gift and the Eagle and the Big Brown Bear. See you next week. Yes, subscribe.